like Beyonce said, let me upgrade you. But that comes with the price.
Honey.
DayJaMona.
Hey everyone, it's DayJaMona. Welcome back to my channel. So as you can see, I'm driving. If you're new here, welcome. We do lifestyle stuff here, and that just encompasses living our lives for real. So right now I'm on my way to the bank, and check this out. So watch my last video, I'll link it up here in the cards, but I'm buying a second home and we have some decisions to make, hunty. So with building a home, there's standard options. I was kind of starting to talk about that in the last video, but there's standard options, and you know, people can be very creative. So I understand having base options, like there's a base price in which you are buying at first, and you can add on to that, and we call that upgrades. So these upgrades, they just not handing them out for nothing, right? You have to pay for those upgrades. Like Beyonce said, let me upgrade you. But that comes with the price. So I've made some upgrade decisions. We have options 1, change, and we have options 2. After that, if I want to make any more changes after that, they're gonna start charging $250 per change order. So we're on change order number 1, and I've made some upgrade choices, which now some money has to go out. Think of it as like a deposit. It's not the whole thing. I'm not paying 100% of the upgrade, but it's 60%. So with that, I just got the estimate back for the change order yesterday, right? It was signed off last week. The estimates came back, and they're like, all right, if you want this upgrade, it's gonna cost you X amount of dollars. And I said, okay. I go through the list, and I say, you know what, I can work with that, I can work with that. No, I can't work with that. I know that I can get that cheaper somewhere else after the fact, whatever have you. So some things got crossed off, some things remained, and now money is due. They gave a deadline for Friday. I got this change order yesterday, and they want a deposit in hand that has to be mailed by Friday. So reasonably so, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna need a slight extension on that. Like, I could send the money out today, which is now a day later, because I had further questions that I did not get answers to until this morning. But it's like, you send this estimate back and say you have 3 business days essentially to pay the deposit, but credit card, debit card, not accepted. It has to be mailed in, and of course I'm an out-of-state buyer. Mail has been backed up for the past year. Let's be realistic about this. Like, Tuesday estimate, Friday deadline. So I asked if the deadline can be set to next Tuesday. That way I can still send the money out today and have more of a cushion than 2 business days for them to actually have the money in hand. Because they said by 5 p.m. on Friday. So they're specific, right? Which is totally fine. But you gotta be realistic. So they're like, okay, yeah, we can extend that a bit. I said, okay, great. I'll send it today, send the tracking number, we'll be good to go. So on the way to the bank to go get that set up, and then I gotta go to FedEx, send it out, and we're golden. With that though, I'm still in class, so thank goodness for technology sometimes, because right now we're doing an activity, so I have time to talk to you guys and drive, and I'm not actually like physically having to do something that I can't do later. So it's working out right now. The unfortunate part is that my bank is like an hour and a half away. That's the closest bank. So I get to take just a little mini road trip and talk to you guys and catch y'all up. So I told you in the last video, if you have any questions, leave them in the comment section. That still applies. Like, as we're going through this journey together, I want y'all to ask me whatever. Use some discretion and tact a little bit, you know. But we can talk about finances. We can talk about options. We can talk about interior decorating. We can talk about how I plan to try to save as much money as I can while still getting what I want, because that's the whole point of a custom build, right? You're supposed to be customizing a home that you want. I did go on IG. My Instagram and all my social media is in the description box all the time, every video. You cannot miss it. And if you forget or just don't like to look in the description box, all of my social media is DayJaMona. Never fails, because my name is so ethnically spelled. DayJaMona is literally all of my social media. So anyways, I put on IG, hey, I'm starting a new home series on my channel. What should it be called? And the unanimous vote has been for House of Monet. So thank you to the person that sent in that suggestion. So this series will now be called House of Monet, which, interestingly enough, yeah, there's 2 houses, but you know, we're focusing on the GA house. If you watched the last video, you know why it's called the GA house. So yes, the series is now called House of Monet. Tell me what you guys think. Definitely thumbs up this video if you like that name, and if you're going to subscribe, because you'll be tuning in for this whole series. This will be a process that lasts up until August. So we are about to enter April, and we're gonna be riding this thing out until August. That's just for us to get into the house. Then we still have to decorate. There's already things that I know for sure are gonna be changed out from the standard features that they are overpricing for. So let's get back to that. An example, the shower. The master bath has a separate shower and a separate garden tub. The garden tub is, you know, you can upgrade that to a jetted tub, but to me that's more maintenance, because you have to clean out the jets, keep it clean, keep it from rusting, la la la. I don't need all that. That's cool. Just give me a nice wide tub. I'm 5'6", so you know, 5'7"-ish. So just give me a tub I can fit in, and I don't feel like I gotta squeeze into, and I'm good with that. I don't need those jets. I don't need those extra things. So I was not gonna upgrade to that. The shower, however, that's a different story. So I'll put on the screen right here the standard shower. This is what it looks like. Now we have the upgraded shower. To me, that's a big difference. And when we're talking about these upgrades, you're also talking about now increasing the home's value. Like, the major players in a home is the master bath, bathrooms period, like the number of bathrooms, the master bedroom, the size of any other bedroom, the kitchen, and the living room. Like, when people are looking for a home to rent or buy, whatever, those are the major things. Like, if the living room is too small and you know it's not gonna fit your furniture, it's not an option anymore. Like, if the closet is the size of your pinky and you have 50 pairs of shoes, and yeah, it's not an option anymore. So those things are really important. So I'm thinking now, yes, this is a home for me. This is a home that I'm going to live in for a minimum of 3 years. But after that, we a landlord over here, baby. So it's gonna be rented out. And I have to think about rentability. Rentability is the area, the home itself, the finishes, any upgrades, how usable the home is, its school school systems, or the school county, excuse me, and how close you are to stores, how close you are to malls, like how loud is the neighborhood, is the neighborhood family friendly, what is the crime rate, all that goes into rentability. So because yes, I'm living in the home now, I want to love it, we also got to think long term. Long term is rentability. What type of tenants do I see living in this house when I'm no longer in this house? What will take my house off the market quick in terms of renting, not selling? So I'm like, heck yeah, when it's time to rent this house out, shower A, but shower B is like, oh yeah, that's nice, I can rent this out for a year, amongst other finishes, of course, or other upgrades. So yeah, I say all that to say, we've been choosing some things, making things happen, and I'm really excited. The lighting meeting actually went really well. So I had a meeting about light fixtures, and that's all the lights in the home, from the kitchen lights to the garage lights to the lights on either side of the garage, on the outside to the front porch, like just all the lights throughout the home. And lights are like low-key expensive, or maybe it's just my taste, because I got some champagne taste. And my dad used to always tell me, like, you got champagne taste with soda water pockets. Yes, play my whole life. But we trying to make it work out here, okay? So again, affordability mixed with, do we actually like this? Like, will we enjoy this? Can we afford this? Right? So I got some estimates back for lights yesterday during my Zoom meeting with the light personnel guy. We're gonna call him the light guy. And I was like way over budget. We're gonna say I was a stack over budget. So I went back, doubled back, looked for some other options. I might switch some out, might not. I mean, I could change lights myself. I've installed a ceiling fan in the VA home. I've installed other lights in the home. I could change the light bulb or two. And I kind of want the GA homes to be a smart home. We're going to get into that in another video. But yeah, so let me know what y'all think in the comments down below. Before I close out this video, I do want to answer one question that I got from the last video. And that is the question of, how am I able to work my finances to own 2 homes? Now, if you don't know, I'm a single parent. Yes, let that sink in. We ain't getting no child support over here. Like, I do it all myself. So with that, now when it's time to go to a bank and let them know, hey, I want a second house, what they're looking at first and foremost is debt to income. Your debt to income ratio is how much debt you have in your name. Credit cards, car loans, home loans, student loans, any loan. Anything that somebody can say, oh yes, DayJaMona, she owes us money. This is what she owes us every single month. That compared to, hey, DayJaMona, this is what she brings in every month. This is what her paychecks be looking like. This is what her salary is. Once you take that debt to income now, you have to make sure that it's under a certain amount. Banks like to see that your debt to income ratio is 30% or less. So when you're talking about your credit card payments, when you're talking about your student loans, when you're talking about your car payments, they're looking at the minimum amount per month that you have to give them. They're not looking at necessarily the whole, hey, you have a $20,000 limit and you have $20,000 maxed out your credit card. Like, your credit score will reflect that, right? But as far as your debt to income, they're looking at how much money minimum do you have to give any institution for debt that you owe. So that's your minimum car payment. That's your minimum credit card payment. That's your minimum mortgage payment. Your any loan, any debt. So with that, when it's time for 2 homes now, you're responsible for 2 mortgages. They look at your debt to income currently with whatever you have. And then they also look at what your debt to income would be after you purchase the new home at the new purchase price. Or not new purchase price, but at the current purchase price. So with that, they have to see that financially you would be able to handle both. The most common sense way to be able to afford 2 homes at one time is to make sure that the first home that you have, you're going to rent it out. Because like I said, we a landlord over here, baby. So yes, I'm a landlord. Now, I don't have a property manager. I am the property manager, sweetheart. And that's more work. It's another title over my head. Jesus. But once you have a tenant in your first home, or set to be in your first home, confirmed by security deposit, first month's rent, signed lease agreement, which is a legally binding court upheld document, now you can bring that lease agreement signed by all parties to the bank and say, hey, El Banco, I have a tenant moving into my house, which alleviates your current debt because now you have more income, so to speak, right, from what that tenant will be paying in rent. And then they're going to snatch that from your debt to income. And now they're going to look at it and say, oh, yeah, you can definitely own this second home because your first home is essentially being paid for by somebody else. So that is how I'm able to own 2 homes, or in the process of owning 2 homes. And I hope that's helpful. Thank you for asking that question. And continue to keep the questions rolling in. So I'm sorry the view kept changing. Y'all kept falling, okay? It was, it's different. But I hope y'all enjoyed the video nevertheless. And make sure you comment, like, and subscribe. Join this journey. Don't forget to ask your questions down below. And check out the description box because there may be some helpful information up in there. Until next time, much love.
Walk it like I talk it. 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 Walk it like I talk it.